Hi everybody, welcome to the Manifold channel. We're going to take a look at the wonderful new selected button in the latest build of Manifold, and we're looking at Manifold System Release 9. All this works in the free Manifold Viewer as well, so if you want to try it out, download the free viewer. There's no strings attached, you don't have to register anything like that, and give it a whirl. We're looking at the Manifold Release 9 desktop with a typical map, and what the map that we have open shows is one layer that shows provinces in Mexico that have been colored using a color ramp by population, where darker blue is a higher population, like in this region around Mexico City, and lighter greenish colors are less populated areas. And what we're going to do is we're going to pop up in the Mexico table, which is the attribute table for that map, and we can do selections here by control clicking on records or any other way that we want to do selections. So, for example, we can use the select pane and let's select on the basis of the population field, and it's used a so-called statistic method where we've got a variety of ways we can choose to get the maximum, the minimum, and the median values and stuff like that. Let's use the top percent method where if we put 5 as a percent, it'll give us the top records in the top 5 percentile brackets. Let's use 30. I'll enter 30, and if I like, I can preview. So there, we've previewed those records, and we can see what they are, how that's going to work, and I can click select to actually select them. And we use the replace selection action so that whatever's the previous selection is gone, and that's been replaced by the selection we've just made. And if we just want to see the selected records, for example, suppose we've done this in a table where there's many thousands of records, more than can fit on screen here, and we just like to see the selected ones. Well, that's easy. We just click this nifty selected button right there, and that shows only selected records. If we click it again, it shows all records. So you can see it's that quick to toggle back and forth. I use it all the time because if you've selected a few records, it's just a very convenient thing just to select only those records that you're interested in. Now, the selected only button works for tables. It doesn't work for maps because you can see here the selected items in the map. The reason that's done that way is because if there's a selected button it's only for maps, experiments show that people get really confused with it because they tend to turn off that stuff and they're not sure what they're seeing and what the heck happened to my objects and all that other stuff. And that's much harder to get confused in tables where people tend to work with all the stuff the way it is. Now, another thing to note is that let's say I change this to make a smaller selection. For example, let's select everything in the top 10%. Top 10%. I'll click preview. It'll show the preview records, what it'll pick. I don't have to click preview, but I like to do that to especially when I'm changing data, so I don't make mistakes. I click select, and you can see the ones that it's selected, but it still shows the ones that are deselected. And why does it do that? It's because when you're doing selections in tables, quite often you may do selections using a very wide different sets of criteria. You may be using a lot of different templates in the select pane, or doing it manual and all those. So if you spend 15 minutes making a particular selection, out of thousands of records, you don't want to lose it if, say, when a record is deselected, it just kind of disappears, with this thing on, because then, by gosh, how are you going to get it back, so in this way, if you accidentally deselected something that you wanted to stay there, like, for example, Nuevo Leon or Puebla, you can just click them, control click them again to turn them back on. So there's no harm done if you make a mistake. If you want to commit this and see really only the selected records this time and update it, you can click the filter button here or double click this, to turn the selection on and off again. I'll click the filter button so you can see how instantaneous that is. Or I could have just done this to show all records and then go back to showing only the selected records. Likewise, if I increase the number of records that I've selected, for example, let's make it everything in the 90th percentile and above, and I click select, it doesn't automatically update there as well. So you click the filter button there to show all the new records, or like I say, just double click this, which is extremely rapid to turn it off and on. I hope you enjoy this quick little video. The selected button rapidly becomes just about everybody's favorite who works with editing tables or works with selections to refine exactly the data that they want out of an attribute table, whatever means they have. It's very convenient to go back and forth to look at only selected records or all records. So download the latest build, make sure and take a look at it and enjoy. Thanks for watching. Tell your friends, and goodbye from Manifold Land. Well, that was fun. If you want to see more, visit us at www.manifold.net. As always, Manifold delivers the world's most advanced, highest quality spatial products for GIS and DBMS at a low price that you can afford. Once again, that's manifold.net. See you soon.